have lots of signals. We try to take those signals, whether the node's unhealthy or a pod or something in our system pool, and fix that without the customer noticing. One thing that keeps me up at night is...
Hey folks, welcome to another episode of the second season of AKS Me Anything. Today, we're here with Chase Miller, who's been an engineer with AKS for quite some time now, a few years. And before that, he was also doing support on the broader Azure Compute quite since its early days. What is it that you're up to these days, Chase? What are you working on?
So I've done a number of things. Today, I'm kind of focused on security and remediation aspect of AKS.
And what kind of features fall into that category? So when we talk about remediation of AKS, what does that entail typically?
Yeah, so we have lots of signals, right? So we try to take those signals, whether the node's unhealthy or a pod or something in our system pool, and fix that without the customer noticing.
Cool. What's one scenario, one example where that would kick in?
Yeah, an easy one is if the node goes not ready. We can go ahead and take action to repair that for the customer.
So something like, I don't know, a problem with the virtual machine or anything like that?
Yep.
How do we know the node goes not ready? What kind of things do we run to?
So Kubelet will tell us, right? And it'll produce a signal. And if we lose a signal from the kubelet for a period of time, we'll notice that as well. We also have Node Problem Detector running, which we have some specific signals that we look for that we can take action.
What's Node Problem Detector? What can you tell us about that?
It's an upstream product that helps just run scripts and kind of read what the node's doing. So one that kind of comes to mind is the file system going read-only. Possibly something goes corrupt. We're reading and writing when something cuts underneath, and the file system goes read-only to try to protect itself. We can detect that and then take action to fix it.
Very cool. And so that's the kind of something that runs under kind of the Kubernetes space, like a systemd loaded kind of module, and then takes those things. And what does it produce? Like, how does it tell us that? It puts us in the node as some sort of metadata?
Yeah. So it'll pop up as an event and a condition. So you could also read it natively through Kubernetes. Cool.
So you're just doing kubectl describe node, and you'll see it in the events, and also as the node conditions themselves. And then what do we do in that case? Like, the file system goes read-only. What do we typically, how do we remediate those scenarios?
In that one, we can take a couple of actions. We could try restarting it, which typically works. If not, we'll re-image the node, which will basically repave the OS and we'll start fresh.
Kind of a fresh node. Very, very cool. That's a pretty important piece of how AKS is a managed service. So that's a pretty interesting side. What else kind of is keeping you excited, or you think you're building interestingly these days?
So one thing that keeps me up at night is the AI buzz, right? It's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
So trying to make sure that those workloads run seamlessly, right? Whether it's high load or lots of nodes, whatever it is, trying to make it so the engineers working on that don't have to think about the Kubernetes aspect. They can just work on their own deployments.
That's very important. So for things like that, right, where maybe you're just deploying an application and then you don't want to have to worry about things like what the infrastructure response is, or if there's any issue at a downstream Azure or something like that, you just want the service to then respond to that and be ready no matter what. That is pretty cool. Well, this was pretty much all I had. Anything else you want to share with our audience?
I don't think so. I think a huge benefit of focusing on the AI work is that it helps everyone, right? So even if you're a smaller customer, everyone benefits from everything being managed for us. And so that's kind of the goal.
That hands-off kind of approach benefits whatever if you're running AI models or AI apps, to folks running an e-commerce platform where they might not have a huge team running that, to enterprise customers running really mission-critical scenarios for their enterprise, or even kind of life sciences and things like that really are serious, but they don't want any type of interruption. They don't want to have to be paged at night. They just want a service that is reliable for that to run, and all the work that you do there affects all of them. That's a really good message for us to end up on. As usual, this is now on our second season of AKS Me Anything. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the AKS community. let us know in the comments or in our social networks like the AKS Community X channel what you would like to see in the upcoming AKS Me Anythings, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.